Greetings to you all and welcome back to Let's Play Command & Conquer. We're going nuts with the speed, up we go. Now here's praying we don't get attacked, and whilst we're doing this we may as well do a little bit of scouting. Do you believe I said goo instead of do? Here we go. As I said before, there is nothing down here. I don't even think there's any nice cliffs to look at. I think it's just barren desert wasteland. I forget which country we're in, but apparently that's what it's made up primarily of. If you live there, then I feel sorry for you. It's a terrible place.
New construction options.
Our priority is to build ourselves another harvester. Units are much the same as they've been before. We can buy artillery, not buggy, flame stealth light. Of main interest, we want light and flame for the main composition of our army, as always. And then we may invest in a couple of stealths if we want to do some fancy harvester sniping or picking off orcas. It's not bad. Last time we went for some recon bites to pick off the orcas and they failed miserably. Stealth tanks are a little better at picking off orcas. Priority though is to get up the second harvester, and it looks like we've now found our second Tiberian patch. It's very handy. We've also found a mammoth tank. That's less handy. Looks like a patrol group. No, let's not get in their way. Leave them to their business. And we found a third Tiberian patch. We're doing great. Okay, the patrol goes up here. And we're about to be attacked by a bunch of infantry. We should be used to that by now. Seems to be the only thing the game ever likes to throw at us. Importantly, we have our harvester, so now we can get other little niceties, such as the Hand of Nod, which we don't desperately need, but nonetheless is handy. Being superior drivers, not harvesters, know that as soon as they spawn, they should harvest.
Construction complete.
The dull hum of the obelisk. And the dull cry of a man burning to death by his own grenade. A wonderful array of sounds. Now, I had to buy the Hand of Nod because I want engineers, but mostly I'm not going to be buying any infantry at all as Nod anymore. As GDI, I do have a soft spot for the Grenadier, as you probably noticed. However, as Nod, the best unit, in my opinion, is the Flamethrower, who is a waste of space compared to the Flame Tank. Okay, it's not, because they take different damage from different things, but I love the Flame Tank. And the alternative units we have here, minigunners, okay, they're useful from time to time. You just want a big clog of units. Bazooka units have their place if the enemy seems to be going only tank, but the AI typically goes only infantry. So I don't find bazooka units useful at all. Not saying they're not useful if you're playing some kind of multiplayer game. Oh, good heavens, and they're great. But against the computer and their fetish for mass infantry, I do prefer mass tanks. Specifically, that one. We'll get one for defensive purposes and another power plant in case airstrikes start coming our way. I am mindful of the airstrikes this time. I am expecting them to come, in all honesty, because they usually do. Let's go have a look at that Tiberian patch. Looks like we're going to have to be a little careful when we go to our second Tiberian patch, whichever one it is, because they are both a little far from the base and a little close to the enemy's base. Computer doesn't seem to be using either patch though. Certainly not this one. Possibly this one. Through some kind of back entrance. Shall get ourselves one gun turret. There's a reason for this. Shall become clear. One thing I'd like to point out about the gun turret, it's incredibly cheap. 250 compared to the guard tower for GDI, which is significantly worse, in my opinion. It's just such a cheap building. And I'm going to dump it there. I shall get another one to dump over here somewhere. The idea is that the gun turret, which has a lot of health, will be able to take all of the damage for me, whilst the obelisk just deals all of the damage for me. Seems kind of strange that I have a sort of tank and artillery system going with my base defences, but there we go, that will work as a plan. It's only another 500 credits, let's not complain about that. I see some civilians, they must fall. Now, quick question, how many bullets mounted from a gun, not bullets mounted, how many bullets from a gun mounted on top of a buggy does it take to destroy one? I'd guess that's concrete with kind of straw roof. And 2 washing lines. Yeah, that is a lot. We'll let them get to work, and that gives us ample power for everything we could ever want. Final building I desire is a repair bay. Put into my flame tank. There he is.
Unit reporting. Affirmative.
Because there is a civilian town, I'm guessing there's a church in the middle of it, a money crate. Don't know why else they'd bother. And I've decided I'm going to go for this Tiberium patch. Much safer than this one. Anyway, once you've finished massacring this remnant of a building now, you find that nobody lives there, and you carry on. Now I am sending this buggy to its death, because that's the kind of commander that I am. And also because I want to know where the enemy's base is. Most importantly of all.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
You shall drop ourselves one of these. Find there is no new construction available for NOD for placing one of these, not my GDI, when it gives you the access to mammoth tanks.
Affirmative. Moving out.
And my guess would be the enemy's base is over there.
Lost.
So, fair enough, we know roughly where we're going. It's time to be building up a force.
Building.
Are we going to need any of the buildings whatsoever? Nope, 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 nope. No, we're not.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff.
Unit moving out. Yes,
Not seen any planes yet.
moving out.
Maybe there have been planes and I haven't noticed, but I don't think anything needs repairing.
Construction complete.
Nope, apparently not. Now, I don't know if I'm the only one who's ever noticed this, and if I am, I'm a genius, but clearly I'm not. In this game, buildings seem to suffer from general wear and tear, which seems odd, but if you look at these buildings, they clearly have never been hit by anything. They have not suffered any damage whatsoever. Much like this building up here.
Silos needed.
Now, buildings which have not suffered damage can't be repaired, but this one can, and this one can, and so can these. Even though they have perfectly full health. I've never ever understood this. They repair for a blip of a second. Now I don't even know if it consumes funds. Which I'll find out. We have 941. No, it doesn't even cost... Oh, it does. It costs 1 credit. So, I don't know. Is that supposed to be general maintenance and upkeep? Haven't a clue.
Reinforcements have arrived.
But there you go. Something I noticed back in the day, didn't understand.
Yes, sir.
And I thought, well, when I get older and replay this game and record it for YouTube purposes, at least then I'll understand it because I'll be older and wiser. And now I haven't a clue. It's just one of those things that never made sense to me.
Construction complete. Building.
But hey, it's the long old slog now. And we do have to make sure the houses go to the correct place when they're finished with their current duties.
Reinforcements have arrived.
But we're going to duck ourselves in here to try to let the base defences do what we bought them for.
Construction complete.
There's one of those.
Unit reporting. Acknowledged.
We see my flame tanks are pretty good at camouflaging themselves, which is handy as an offensive move. Not so handy as a defensive move.
Construction complete.
Good tactics by the computer. They send their pointless infantry in first to take a couple of shots. Unfortunately, they forgot to follow it up with any units. This tank, for example. If only they had followed it up, it would have been a good attack. They didn't, so it's a terrible attack. Now these things actually took some damage, except for that, which just needed general wear and maintenance.
Yes, sir.
And I am aware that the phrase wear and maintenance is not correct.
Yes, sir. Awaiting moving out. Acknowledged.
Nevertheless, we have 1 blossom tree,
Reinforcements have arrived.
2 blossom trees, and 3 blossom trees. So we're never going to run out of Tiberium. There's none down here.
Building.
But we are going to start slowing up on the Tiberium pretty soon.
Affirmative.
We'll try and sneak our way into the enemy's base and have a look. We'll just take care of this thing.
Construction
Getting...
complete.
Ooh, hello. I'm going to guess that that is a rocket launcher from the squareness of its back. Could be wrong. Could be anything. In all honesty.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
But we know the enemy's harvesters over here. We also know that the enemy is unlikely to cross this bridge, because it was blocked to begin with, although now they have moved their tanks, so that point is completely moot. You over here, much safer.
Yes, sir.
You do not blindly follow your brethren, use your own mind. Ooh, an airstrike.
Vehicle reporting.
What are they bombing? They're bombing their own village! The swines.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Unit ready. Yes, sir.
That is crazy. Okay, so this is why we haven't seen any airstrikes all level.
Vehicle reporting.
And they are chasing my harvesters, which isn't good.
Unit reporting.
We haven't seen any airstrikes because GDI is too busy airstriking the village it is trying to protect. That's great. I love that.
Unit lost.
All of this bad press campaign that we had as Nod as a good plan to try and discredit GDI. What was the point? They are genuinely torching hamlets. Oh well.
Unit affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
They got their funding reinstated, obviously, so they don't care anymore how their image looks like because they can just pass everything off as, yeah, it's just Nod line again.
Acknowledge. Moving out.
You could have sworn you ordered the planes to destroy that village. No, it was Nod.
Construction complete.
They're just trying to make us look bad. You know what they're like.
Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out.
So it does seem like GDI
Movements have arrived. Our base
have an
is under
enormously loud explosion.
Now moving out.
My obelisk. This is less good. I'm never going to get over this. This is hilarious.
sidelines near
Alright, do what you guys do.
building.
Unit reporting. Moving out.
Okay, so I'm going to be rebuilding my obelisk
You moving
as
out.
best I can.
Moving out.
And I can do that quite well, let's be fair.
Moving out. Moving out.
I'm guessing it was an airstrike, but I had just seen an airstrike, so that seems rather quick to go for a second airstrike, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
Nevertheless, forces are getting quite sizable.
Moving out.
Computer has a lot of mammoth tanks though, not something I want to be messing with. The plan may be to sneak in. Obviously it's not going to be much of a sneak, but the plan might be to sort of sneak in and capture something quick with an engineer. No APCs as not. That's a shame. They would really help. Number tank and medium tank, making short work of that town. And lack of funds because I have to go so far away for any
Yes, sir.
Tiberium. On the plus side, I have lured one medium tank back to a turret because it's an idiot.
Sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
We'll do absolutely fine. Oh no, he's cleverer than I thought. No, he's not. He's a sneaky fellow, this one. I'm seeing a lot of units, probably trying to catch up my harvesters.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
So I may have to step out with my forces rather soon. I'm going to build the obelisk slightly further back this time and hope that the...
Construction complete.
Okay, actually that's a bad move because now that's going to get airstriked as well. But that can take an airstrike. So it's a bit more durable.
Ready and waiting.
Good choice by the computer to airstrike my obelisk. It's very expensive and very fragile. So I'm not going to take that away from them.
Waiting. Moving out.
I'm going to have a sneaky peek over this bridge.
Unit moving out.
Find out there's an APC I was not aware of. Not expecting anything amazing over there. Ooh, there's a little bridge. I'm now expecting something amazing over here.
Building.
He was going to try and engineer drop the fancy fellow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Turns out my guess as to what vehicle this was incorrect after all. Going to try and crush some engineers quick.
Construction complete.
Apparently not. Having a tank on top of you doesn't matter if it explodes. In my experience, it would do more damage if the tank blew up on top of you than if it just crushed you, but apparently not. Anyway, that's going to do it for another video. Next time, I think we're pushing out. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you there.